Guys, welcome to my channel. I am the Revealer of Truth, also known as Oracle of Divine Truth, Miss V. So welcome to my channel. This is going to be a very important video today that I'm going to do. Excuse me, I'm still in my robe, but I'm chilling. It's a Saturday. Anywho, this video is not only going to upload on the Revealer of Truth channel, but it's going to also upload on the Oracle of Divine Truth, Miss V's channel as well. This is a prophecy of April the 8th. April the 8th is going to be very important. Many of you know that's the solar eclipse, and we will not be experiencing another one for the next 20 years. But on top of that, we also are dealing with a lot of other energies. We just had the full moon / lunar eclipse. We're in the Mercury retrograde. We got the solar eclipse, and just the things that's going on in the world right now. Okay, it's a lot of karma that is being dealt at this time. Okay, and so with all these energies, it's very intense. So this video is going to be about prophecy. For those that watch this video to the end, save this video, because this video is really going to be a tool for you. It's kind of like a guide for you. Okay, I do recommend everyone watch this video to the end. Okay, now I was guided this morning to sit down and channel. I was guided to deliver some important messages that many of us do need to know during this time frame, and that's what I did. And it's pretty long, so I'm really not going to try to take up too much time, but these are messages that is important to get out, channeled information. So it's no cards today, it's no reading today, but this is prophecy from Oracle, also Revealer of Divine Truth, Miss V. So I really hope that many of you take note of this. This video is not coming forth to put forth fear towards anyone, because this is not a fearful type of reading. This is about knowledge. This is about understanding. You know, the more that we are given the heads up on things, we know how to prepare for them. You know, sometimes people look at being aware of certain things as scary, but when there is a vessel and an opportunity to be able to become aware of what is going to transpire before it happens, it helps you to prepare, because it's going to let you know what is heading in that way. So now that I've let you know beforehand, now you know how to move, now you know how to act, now you know how to carry, now you know how to adjust to the situations. So not only is prophecy going to be revealed today, there is medicines that's going to be revealed by Spirit as well. Again, it was very deep channeling. And again, this is for the solar eclipse on April the 8th. So let's go ahead and dive on in. St. John's wort is what I heard. I'm not going to really kind of explain too much about that. So for those, I'm going to give a little insight, but I'm not going to go in depth about that. You know, enlighten yourself with knowledge. So look that up. St. John's wort is a very powerful herb. Okay, that many hoodoo practitioners or those that is in herbalism, candle magic, things of that nature, or just all about spiritual protection, will really know what St. John's wort is. So that is an herb that Spirit is acknowledging could be very powerful during this time frame. There will be disappointments that we will be going through. There will be moments in which we will feel discouraged. Also, for those who suffer from any type of autoimmune disorders, whether that's rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, lupus, fibromyalgia. I may not be expressing the rest of them, but for those who do suffer from autoimmune issues, there could be a lot of flare-ups, okay? very possible during this time. Spirit also acknowledged the nervous system is going to be in an uproar. So our nervous system, again, of course, could affect our sleeping habits, our moods, and things of that nature. More muscle aches. Okay, you will experience back pain as well. Now, this message here, and I know some of these messages is odd, but whatever came through, I've written it down. So, this would be to my feminine energy, those that are going through menopause, perimenopause, or currently in the stage of menopause. It is acknowledging that intense symptoms could increase. So if you are someone that may sweat a lot, it may be more sweating, or whatever the symptoms may be, but that is something that I heard as well. Self-esteem issues will be coming to the forefront during this time frame as well. Spirit is advising that we work with lavender. Okay, feel free to work with lavender, and however you feel this will be beneficial to you. Sleep patterns will be thrown off during this time as well. We will find ourselves feeling maybe a little bit restless, insomnia, or waking up just as tired as we was when we went to bed. Spirit wants us to find a way to relax. Spirit is also acknowledging that we're going to be experiencing an increase in mosquitoes. Okay, increase in mosquitoes. So the next message that Spirit acknowledged for those, again, understand when Spirit says work with certain things. So for example, like I said, the lavender, of course, make sure that you use discretion. Okay, because everybody's skin is sensitive, or whatever the case may be. There is allergy, so use your own discernment. But Spirit also acknowledging working with aloe vera during this time frame. There could be emotions of sadness that we experience during this time frame. We will also find ourselves craving weird foods that maybe we haven't never ate before, or foods that we haven't had in a while. Okay, your bones could increase in pain, feeling more achy during this time frame as well, feeling more irritated as well. The Spirit acknowledges to kind of be careful because we're more prone to accidents right now, and I'm not talking about like car things like that. I'm more so, what I was revealed is like falls, cuts, bruises, as well. Dry skin, increase of maybe dry skin is possible at this time. Now Spirit is advising, again, use your discretion, but Spirit did acknowledge drinking or smoking mudwort could be beneficial for many during this time frame. Okay, always check with your doctor. Okay. um the next thing was more clairvoyance. Psychic gifts are heightened. So for those that have psychic gifts, psychic abilities, they are heightened during this time frame. Spirit said receiving prophecy. Okay, whether you are awoke or whether you are asleep. Okay, Spirit also acknowledges lucid dreaming. Okay, is going to be more heightened at this time as well. Spirit is recommending spiritual baths during this time frame. Divination may be very beneficial to many during this time frame as well, whether you reach out to me for a reading or whomever your trusted reader is. Okay, it does not have to be me, because I'm not for everybody. Okay. The next thing Spirit acknowledges is that drinking more tea during this time is beneficial. Okay, incorporating more tea. Okay, Spirit says there could be times we feel there could be times where we feel more uncomfortable. Changes in our appetite. Spirit does acknowledge depression around this time frame, and again, this may not be everyone. There will be certain things that's going to resonate. Okay. Spirit says be careful with your anger. Okay. Now this, what I'm getting ready to say, is a practice. It's a ritual. So if you're not comfortable with doing a ritual, then you don't have to do it. But Spirit advised to place salt at your front, your back door, and if you have side doors. Okay. Place salt in the outside doorway of your front, your back, and if you have side doors. Okay. Okay. Also, make sure that your altar has liquor. Now, this is going to be for those who does ancestral veneration. I'm not for sure why these things are significant. I can kind of understand why they're significant, but Spirit didn't reveal that, so I'm only speaking here what has been spoken to me. Okay, Spirit says make sure that your altar has some type of liquor, whether, again, the three things that I heard was vodka, brandy, or dark liquor. But of course, use your preference. Now, this is for those that has an ancestral altar, a shrine, or do any type of veneration. Okay, Spirit says increase your water intake during this time frame. Spirit also says a time to be aware of deception. Deception, what I got was more so, I don't know if some of you guys follow my Facebook, but I've made a few posts about keeping your grass cut so that you can see the snakes in the grass. So I don't literally mean snakes in literal, but deceptive people. Okay, now again, this is only going to resonate. I don't want anyone taking this video and getting paranoid off of. This is not what this is about. So if it's something that is said that makes you uncomfortable, please feel free to just click off and have a blessed day. Another thing that Spirit is acknowledging for those who have infants, for those who have toddlers, just again extra care because it's colds. Colds may increase. And I heard Spirit say elderberry. Okay, so if your infant, of course, ask your doctor. I'm not a doctor. Okay, so this is discernment. With that being said, make sure that you ask your doctor. Make sure you are doing your research about it. But Spirit spoke about elderberry if that does happen. So incorporating elderberry could be beneficial if a child does get a cold, or a cold during this time frame. The next channel message was to set boundaries with intrusive people in your life or those that tries to come back. Intrusive people, okay? Set boundaries with them. This could be, for example, and as I was channeling this, one of the images that I received, Spirit is very much present. But anywho, one of the visions that I had received is that somebody constantly calling, somebody constantly wanting to talk. Of course, that could be looked at in multiple ways, but that's something that I saw in my third eye as I was writing it, like somebody is steady trying to call, and then I saw somebody coming back from the past and just kind of wanting to make themselves present. So it's a time to set boundaries with intrusive people. Okay, people that try to pry, people that try to be too nosy. Okay, set certain healthy boundaries. Okay, with intrusive people in your life or those trying to come back. Anyway, the next thing is you could be, there will be some major healing that's going to be happening. We're all going to be going through that. That is something everyone is going to be going through that. And it's going to be major. It's something that I call, that you may look up online that you may not find, but this is a word that my spiritual team gifted me with in the past as what I use as celestial healing. So it's starting from the cellular of things, like where things first began. So there's going to be major healing. We could be craving more sweets during this time frame as well. There could also be throat issues or a sore throat or muscles in your throat. Okay, it could be discomforting. Spirit also says digestive issues is possible. So if someone has already been diagnosed with digestive issues, whatever that may be, it could be triggered during this time frame. But Spirit also said even if you don't have a diagnosis of digestive issues, there will be some digestive changes that you will be experiencing as well. Spirit is also acknowledging to eat more fruit during this time frame. Okay. Now the next thing that I'm going to say, use your discernment, and if it doesn't work for you, don't do it. Don't try nothing that, just because somebody said something. Allow Spirit to guide you. Some of you may already do this. However, smoking catnip could be beneficial during this time frame. Spirit also acknowledges only strong relationships will last during this time. Spirit said, repeat that. Only strong relationships will last during this time. And what is a relationship? A relationship is a bond that is shared with one another. So a relationship could be family, it could be friends, it could be romantic partners. Only the strong relationships will survive. The next thing Spirit acknowledges, friendships will be a focus during this time frame. Okay? There could be swelling in your limbs as well, with your fingers swelling up, your feet swelling up, knees swelling up as well. Spirit says, be careful with overindulging at this time or self-medicating yourself. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Be careful with overindulging or self-medicating yourself. All right. Again, follow the doctor's instructions. Again, just use your discernment. Okay. The next thing was, you will be changing your outlook on everything. And that's more so of a collective energy. All this is collective. Okay. This is not nothing personal. This is collective. It's a global energy. So everybody's outlook is going to start changing on everything. Okay. Spirit says, pay attention to your ideas and write them down, even if you don't act on it. Get you a journal and write down your ideas during this time frame. There could be a lot of nostalgia during this time frame as well. Okay. Now this message here is for those that do this, that does this. Okay. Keep up with your spiritual rituals during this time. So for those that's about that life, this is not a time to slip on your spiritual practices and whatever those spiritual rituals may be. Also, we will be understanding ourselves more. There's going to be a strong level of self-awareness. A strong. And that's why certain relationships, if they're not strong, they will fall. Okay? I'm saying that with passion because, number one, I'm channeling. Number two, I feel like that is a very strong energy right now as the collective, okay? If you are someone that suffers from acid reflux, GERD, there could be intensity surrounding that during this time frame. So, be careful with spicy foods, red foods, things of that nature as well. Now, the next thing I'm getting ready to say is for those that's about this life, those that do this, those that practice. Spirit says do protection work during this time frame. Okay? The next thing is be mindful of our intentions. Spirit also said they want us to work with vinegar for spiritual cleansing during this time frame. I'm dropping some gems. They want you to work with vinegar. And I saw, not saying that there's nothing wrong with apple cider, to each his own, but I saw the clear white vinegar. The next thing that has come up is this is not the time for us to be trying to impress anyone right now but ourselves. And Spirit showed me that like 4 times, so they're very adamant about this. And when I wrote it the last time, I saw the snake again. And if you just stayed with my previous message, you heard me speak about pay attention to deception at this time. So I'm going to go back to this message and I'm going to repeat and move on. This is not the time to be trying to impress anyone. This is a time to only impress yourself. Okay? The next thing Spirit showed me, lights going on and off. Power outages. But these are not like significant long-term power outages. It's like it's a surge. It could be more frequent of those. Now, the next thing I'm getting ready to say, if you're not aware of what this is, please do your research about it. But for those that know what I'm talking about, you're going to understand. Spirit acknowledges that the familiar spirits, they are here and they're very much present with us. Our familiar spirits. Some of you may know who your familiar spirits are. Some of you guys may not even be aware. Again, enlightening yourself with knowledge is important. But for those that know what I'm speaking about, they are here. They are very much present with us right now. Spirit also acknowledges for those that is comfortable with this. This is not for those that don't feel it doesn't work. Because if you don't feel it don't work, then this is not something you should be doing because it's not going to work. So the thing is to wear protection jewelry or amulets during this time frame. Okay? For those that is about this path, your ancestors, or your spirit team or spirit said connect with your altar for those who has one. This is a time to be communicating with your spirits because the veil is very wide open right now and will be. Okay. I'm almost done, guys. Okay, so that's pretty good. The next thing that came through is working with sage during this time frame. There could be spring cleaning. We could be thinking about doing spring cleaning, okay, as well. There could be changes that we're thinking about making into our home, whether it's repairs, new purchases, decor, things of that nature as well. This was a very powerful one. And I was like, what? And then Spirit was like, I'm like, really? I'm like, what? Like, you want me to, like, I know this, but you want me to put this down? It's like, they got to know, for those that need to know. So with that being said, many of you that's about this walk, you already know the deal, okay? Spirit specifically said to keep your kitchen clean during this time frame. Now, I know you may say, well, shit, your kitchen is supposed to always be clean. That's true, but hey, everybody got their life. They do them, okay? But during this time, Spirit is saying, and it's up to you, do you. But keep your kitchen clean during this time. Why? Because the kitchen is where the creation starts. And that's hoodoo. Your kitchen is where creation starts. And because we're dealing with a lot of energies and portals are being opened and expanded at this time frame. And that's just regardless of the solar eclipse. That's just, it's a hoodoo practice. Keep your kitchen clean, okay? Because that's where you create. If your kitchen is messy, then guess what? Messy energy, messy situations, birthing things, it gets messy. Okay, now let's go ahead and move on. There are certain herbs that Spirit just spoke about. Now, I'm not for sure, you know, how you want to utilize these herbs. For those that works with herbs, they may already know what to do based on some of the stuff that I say, because some of these herbs that I'm saying here, for those that, you know, walks this path and into their rituals, 9 times out of 10, they should be using these anyway, because these are very common herbs. Honey, rosemary, and thyme. Okay? Now, the next message was powerful as well. Spirit said the battlefield requires courage. And I was like, the battlefield? Like, you mean a war? Spirit said, no, not like that. And Spirit took me into a vision. So I'm going to say this again. The battlefield requires courage. Each and every one of us right now are going through something. Each and every one of us. It's all different situations, all different circumstances, different scenarios, and different people. But what I can bet you and what I know in my heart, based on the vision, everyone is going through something. So with that being said, whatever that something or some things are in your life, it is considered to be a battlefield right now. And so with that being said, courage is required. All right. Spirit says, stand your ground. Spirit also says, you are the hero in your story. Spirit told me to say that twice. You are the hero in your story. Okay. Now, the next message, I'm speaking to my seers, those who call themselves seers, clairvoyants. To those who are seers, the elementals are present. So the elemental beings are present. To my seers, for those that call themselves a seers, for those that specify themselves as being a clairvoyant, the elementals are very much present with us at this time. Many of my seers is seeing shadows very low. Like it look like it's on the floor, or look like it's, you'll catch it at the corner of your eye, but it's low. But also, I was given a vision of light flickers that are high. So you can just have your head held high. You think you just saw a flicker of light. Okay. But what I was given is that it's more so of orbs, or that's how the elementals is appearing as orbs. So you may see an increase of that as well. So that does conclude my channel prophecy for what we all need to know as a collective. Some of us may have already begun to feel these things, and this is confirmation. Some of you guys will not feel it up until April the 8th. But know that this is not just the energies for that day. It is what will be transpiring from that point moving forward. Okay? So again, the reason for this is not to create paranoia. This was not the reason to create fear. And I'm not here to try to persuade anyone. But if you made it this far, you know what I'm talking about. You know what time it is. So this here is your guide. May you use it at your discernment and your discretion. I'm sending you guys a lot of love. And until next time, I'll show you.